Today, Senator John McCain lit into President Trump for his joint press conference with Russian President Vladimir Putin, calling the appearance one of the most disgraceful performances by an American president in history. The damage inflicted by President Trump's naiveté, egotism, false equivalence, and sympathy for autocrats is difficult to calculate, the chairman of the Senate Armed Services Committee said in a statement. But it is clear that the summit in Helsinki was a tragic mistake. President Trump proved not only unable but unwilling to stand up to Putin, added the Arizona Republican who was frequently tangled with Trump. He and Putin seem to be speaking from the same script, as the president made a conscious choice to defend a tyrant against the fair questions of a free press and to grant Putin an uncontested platform to spew propaganda and lies to the world. Over the course of the briefing, Trump said that the United States was to blame for tensions between the two nations, hailed Russia as a good competitor, and even sided with Putin over U.S. intelligence agencies on whether the Kremlin interfered in the 2016 election to boost his presidential campaign. All right, that's enough of that article. So let me begin by saying that in the ongoing, and it's been going for 3 years now, the feud between Trump and McCain, I generally take McCain's side because, Trump started it, but also, in most instances, I think McCain is valid in the comments that he makes, but this is absolutely false. Now, the part about Putin being all the various things, tyrant against free press, that's accurate. But to suggest that as the head of state of another country with its own problems, with its own issues, you're supposed to now find yourself having to defend the people of, again, another part of the world from their own leader, I don't think it's something that an American president should have to worry about. We have our own problems. And, truthfully, the same could be said about the situation in North Korea, but as I stated before, I don't care what world leader Trump meets with, so long as it is an actual meeting where the two discuss things peacefully, and we don't stir any tensions between our two countries. And I don't think that's such a difficult system to abide by. It was something that caused me to praise him for the summit with Kim Jong-un. Not because I like either one of those political figures. I just favor the idea of resolving an issue without coming to blows, in terms of the two countries going back and forth and threatening each other. And the Putin relationship's really been one that I've been okay with over the last year and a half of just Trump being in office. It's really, if there's one good thing that's come from his closeness with him, it's the fact that we haven't seen some Twitter war or some war of words between Trump and Putin that, saying, oh my God, we're going to have a war with Russia. None of that has happened because of Trump not having some kind of willingness to go back and forth with him. Now, is it possible or arguable that Trump was what one could consider soft on Putin? Sure it is, but in some cases, so what? It pains me that we live in this world now where the only way to be strong as a president or as any head of state is to start a conflict with another country, spew all this nonsense about how it's going to show the resolve of the people. And then, while everybody else is getting slaughtered and put in a bloodbath, you have people like McCain sitting in his air-conditioned office complaining that you didn't take a stand against this part of the world. Now, look, let me explain this also. If Trump had not been elected, let's say Hillary was president, which is another issue that was here, and he was just commenting and saying, oh, Putin is horrible and we need to have a war with them. While I would not agree with that statement, it would be okay because it's not someone in a position of power. Trump as the individual, again, in this hypothetical world where he's not president, saying things that are either in favor or against Russia, would be perfectly all right with me, because they're not endangering us any more than, you know, the rhetoric of the whoever, you know, Hillary or whoever would be president in that alternate world. But I know that comment will stir some frustration. You know, how dare you not want to have fights with all these different regions and areas? So it was a really bizarre statement. Well, not well. I understand his intent. I just think that they have this thing about the U.S. sticking its nose in the problem of every region, and we have too much stuff over here that's problematic. Half the population can't afford a $1,000 emergency, and I'm supposed to worry about the freedom of the press in Russia over that? I'm good. So thank you. Have a good day.